What was supposed to be a routine NASCAR weekend at Dover suddenly turned into one of the most shocking moments of the season. Not because of a crash on the track, not because of playoff drama, but because a crew member made a split-second decision that may have prevented something far worse. A runaway pit car came flying downhill through the garage area during All Star weekend, and one man jumped directly into danger to protect a reporter standing in its path. Now the entire NASCAR world is talking about Donovan Williams. Donovan Williams, the tire carrier for Daniel Suarez and the number 7 team at Spire Motorsports, suffered minor injuries after stepping in front of a heavy pit cart that suddenly broke loose near pit road at Dover Motor Speedway. The cart was reportedly rolling downhill toward nearby Fox Sports reporter Amanda Busick just before Cup Series practice began. And in a moment that happened faster than anyone could react, Williams threw himself between the cart and Busick, absorbing the impact himself as the cart slammed into fencing and stacks of tires nearby. Multiple crew members reportedly had to dive out of the way. The entire situation could have ended much differently. Williams was taken to a local hospital for treatment and later released with minor injuries. According to reports, he's now recovering at home. And while NASCAR has seen its share of heroic moments on the racetrack, this one hit differently because this wasn't competition. This wasn't instinct during a race. This was pure human reaction under pressure. That's what makes this story resonate so strongly across the garage. People outside the sport sometimes forget how dangerous NASCAR environments can be, even when the cars aren't racing. The garage area is filled with heavy equipment, rolling carts, tools, fuel systems, and constant movement. Everything operates at high speed because every second matters during a race weekend. And at a track like Dover, with elevation changes and tight working areas, one small mistake can instantly become dangerous. That's the bigger conversation emerging from this incident. Because while fans focus on drivers every Sunday, pit crews are some of the most physically vulnerable people in the sport. They train like elite athletes, they move in chaos, and they constantly operate inches away from serious danger. But what Donovan Williams did goes beyond normal job risk. He made a conscious decision in a split second to protect someone else. That's why this story has spread so quickly through NASCAR circles. Inside the garage, moments like this matter. Teams noticed him, drivers noticed him, crew members noticed him. This is the kind of incident that reminds everyone how tight-knit the NASCAR community really is beneath all the competition. And honestly, it also highlights something NASCAR rarely gets enough credit for: the culture inside the sport. People compete aggressively for wins, sponsorships, and playoff spots. But when something serious happens, the garage tends to come together immediately. That was clear here. Reports say multiple crew members rushed in to help within seconds after the impact. Amanda Busick later visited Williams at the hospital and posted an emotional message saying the incident was a reminder not to take moments at the track for granted. That reaction tells you how serious this could have been. Now, from a competition standpoint, this also creates immediate challenges for Spire Motorsports. Pit crews are built around rhythm and chemistry. Every movement is rehearsed repeatedly. Losing a tire carrier during race weekend isn't minor, especially during a critical stretch of the season. Andrew Agarski is stepping in for Williams on the number 7 team this weekend, while Jarius Moorhead will reportedly fill another scheduled assignment. Williams was expected to handle for JR Motorsports, and this is where the deeper NASCAR analysis starts, because pit road execution has become one of the biggest separators in modern NASCAR. We're talking about tenths of a second deciding track position. One slow stop can ruin an entire race strategy. One miscommunication can bury a driver in traffic for the rest of the afternoon. So even though Williams thankfully avoided major injuries, this still impacts race preparation in a real way, especially for a team like Spire that's fighting for consistency in every available point. But at the same time, this moment may end up creating even stronger unity within that team. Sports history is filled with moments where adversity sharpens focus inside a locker room or garage. Sometimes incidents like this bring teams emotionally closer together. Drivers become more motivated. Crews become more locked in. And don't be surprised if Daniel Suarez races with extra emotion this weekend, knowing what one of his crew members just went through. Now, from NASCAR's perspective, this incident could also trigger more internal discussion about garage area safety procedures. Not because anyone necessarily failed, but because incidents involving unsecured equipment immediately raise questions. Could safety protocols around pit carts become stricter? Could movement zones around pit road change? Could NASCAR add additional safeguards on inclines like Dover? Those conversations are probably already happening behind closed doors. Because the scary part here is simple: this could have been much worse. And NASCAR knows it. Fan reaction online has been almost universally supportive. A lot of fans are calling Donovan Williams a hero. Others are praising the quick reactions from nearby crew members and emergency personnel. Meanwhile, many in the media world are pointing out how rare it is to see these behind-the-scenes moments become public reminders of the risks people around the sport face every single weekend. And honestly, that reaction makes sense. This story cuts through the normal race week noise because it feels real. No scripted rivalry, no manufactured controversy, just one person reacting instinctively to protect another human being. Looking ahead, there are really two ways this story could evolve. Best case scenario, Williams makes a quick recovery, returns to the track soon, and this becomes one of those NASCAR stories remembered as a powerful example of courage and unity inside the garage. The number 17 rallies emotionally, performs well, and turns a scary moment into motivation. Worst case scenario, the incident sparks larger concerns about operational safety around pit road and raises uncomfortable questions NASCAR may have to address publicly if similar close calls continue happening. Either way, this moment is going to stick with people for a long time because in a sport built around speed and danger, sometimes the biggest stories happen away from the checkered flag. And Donovan Williams may have reminded the entire NASCAR world of something bigger than racing this weekend. What do you think? Was this simply a freak accident, or should NASCAR seriously reevaluate garage area safety after what happened at Dover? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And for more NASCAR coverage, analysis, and breaking stories all season long, subscribe to Sports Wire USA.